Hello all, welcome to new video lecture. In last lecture we learned sex organ in Scoliodon. In this lecture we are going to see urinogenital system of Scoliodon. As webcam is taking space on slide, I took the decision to disable camera at my further presentation. Among fishes, the excretory means urinary and reproductive means genital system, especially for males, are often primitive among vertebrates and have been treated as a combined system. Hence, they are considered together under the name of urinogenital system. The modification or evolution occurred in anatomy of excretion as well as in reproductive system of fishes are to support their physiological adaptations. The motive to include this topic in university curriculum is to educate students urogenetic system of fishes by considering shark as a model. Scoliodon is a common shark species and studied well in terms of anatomical modification and physiological adaptations. Today we will study urogenetic system of Scoliodon through three subtopics: sexual dimorphism in Scoliodon, male urinogenital system of Scoliodon, and female reproductive system of Scoliodon. Sexual dimorphism in Scoliodon. All cartilaginous fishes exhibit external sexual dimorphism. The difference between males and females may include variation in their external reproductive anatomy, body size, dental formula, number and distribution of ampullae of Lorenzini, and dermal thickness. In shark, sexual dimorphism brought about by the modification of male's pelvic fin. This modification results in a specialized structure of internal fertilization called clasper. Female have a cloaca, one opening that serves digestive and reproductive functions. During copulation, the erectile clasper are bent forward. Male insert one clasper at a time into the female cloaca. Female Scoliodon retain the fertilized eggs or embryo until the embryos have completed development and then give birth to young ones. In Scoliodon, the female grow to a larger size and to an older age than the males. Nair in 1976 reported the maximum length of Scoliodon sarcova in a sea around Mumbai is about 660 millimeter. Second subtopic is male urinogenital system. In this subtopic, we will first understand the anatomy of excretory organs and then reproductive organs. Excretory organs of Scoliodons are a pair of long, flattened, ribbon-like mesonephric kidney. It is found on the dorsal wall of the abdominal cavity, one on each side of the vertebral column. They extend nearly the whole length of the body cavity. Each kidney is differentiated into two parts, anterior part and the posterior part. Anterior part is also called cranial mesonephros, whereas the posterior part is called caudal mesonephros or opisthonephros. Each cranial mesonephros is reduced, non-excretory and genital in function. Sometimes it also refers epididymis. The posterior part is greatly developed, excretory in function, thicker and forms the functional adult renal kidney. Each opisthonephros is formed by several coiled glandular uriniferous tubules or nephrons. The anterior portion of all nephrons is with Bowman's capsules enclosing glomeruli called renal corpuscles. The renal corpuscles is responsible for urine formation via ultrafiltration. By their general morphological appearance, each tubule is composed of 5 distinct segments: neck, proximal, intermediate, distal and collecting tubule. All the collecting tubule are open into ureter. Posteriorly, ureter of both kidney open into a wide median urinogenital sinus. Urinogenital sinus open into cloaca. Cloacal regions contain anus, paired openings from siphon sac, and it also serve exit for sperm. Next is male reproductive organs. The male reproductive system consists of the testes and the accessory gland. The testes are large elongated paired bodies attached to the abdominal wall on either side of vertebral column by mesorchium. Posteriorly, testes are attached to a rectal gland. Testes in shark are noticeably larger than the ovaries. Testes vary in size and shape and often enlarged during the breeding season, that is in the month of January and February for Scoliodon. The function of the testes is to produce sperm that will later be used to fertilize the female ova. From each testis, several very fine tubules are given off, called vas efferentia. Vas efferentia dilate to form a wide vas deferens, transports sperm to the seminal vesicle. Spermatozoa developed from germ cells in seminiferous tubules of the testis are carried to the vas deferens. The vas deferens forms a very large, narrow and extremely coiled duct which produces a nourishing fluid for the spermatozoa. Posteriorly, vas deferens expand into wide straight tube called seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle leads to sperm sac. The sperm sac from either side opens separately into the urinogenital sinus. The sperm sac contains seminal fluid that will allow the sperm to pass safely to the female and fertilize the ova. The accessory parts of male reproductive system is clasper and siphon. Each clasper bears closed groove with anterior opening called apopyle lying near cloaca and posterior exit called hypopyle. Spermatozoa enter apopyle from urinogenital papilla and transferred to the cloaca of female during copulation. Siphon is a muscular sac beneath skin of posterior ventral pelvic region. It has two channels, closed anteriorly but opening posteriorly into apopyle of grooved clasper of its side. During copulation, seawater is drawn into siphon sac of Scoliodon, served to propel sperm into the female cloaca. The last subtopic of this lecture is female excretory and reproductive system. In female, reproductive system is more independent from the excretory system than are those of males. Hence, excretory and reproductive are considered two separate systems. We will first see excretory organs. Like male, excretory of female Scoliodon are also a pair of mesonephric kidney. But anatomically, it differs from those of male organs. The major difference is in female, connection between the kidney and the genital organs is absent. An anterior part of each kidney does not having reproductive function. Each kidney in female Scoliodon is differentiated into distinct anterior and posterior parts. The anterior part of each kidney is extremely reduced, non-excretory and non-functional. Posterior part is broad, functional part containing numerous coiled uriniferous tubules. The uriniferous tubules open into a long, thin walled ureter. If you remember, in male excretory system, ureters of both the kidney open into a wide median urinogenital sinus. They are not uniting into a common median ureter. In female Scoliodon, the two ureter unite into a common median ureter opening behind into a large median urinary sinus. The sinus open into cloaca. The next part is female reproductive organ. The female reproductive organ are one pair of small ovaries. They are lobulated bodies attached one on either side mid-dorsally to anterior abdominal wall by mesovarium. Form and size of ovaries varies with the age. A pair of long tubular epigonal organ is situated in between ovaries and rectal gland. Rectal gland is also called cecal gland. Surface of ovaries projects into rounded follicles or egg sacs. Each follicle contains developing ovum. Mature ova are shed into abdominal cavity and enter into oviduct. The narrow anterior end of oviduct unite mid-ventrally below esophagus to form single longitudinal slit called oviducal funnel. At a short distance posterior to funnel, each oviduct bears slightly rounded bodies called shell gland. Shell gland secretes a thin membrane over the descending eggs, which are fertilized between oviducal funnel and shell gland. After shell gland, oviduct narrows again. Posteriorly, oviduct dilate into the uterus. Uterus is the place where development of the embryo takes place. The two uteri unite posteriorly into a common vagina which open into cloaca. Thank you. Hope you are well understood the concept of urinogenital system of Scoliura.